for you here on the Bark River Featherweight Fox River. I wanted this video to be a little bit of a precursor. I'll explain why. I got this knife I think about a week ago. I've been carrying it in my pocket ever since. It's very compact, even in the sheath. Let me compare it to the knife I got in my pocket right now, the Benchmade Striker. So normally I'll have this writing or another folder knife writing in my pocket on the right side, and this slip in right on the inside, and it's very comfortable, and I feel like it's a great way to carry this knife. So I said I wanted this video to be a precursor. Sorry about that. I'm going to be going away this Friday to property that my grandfather has that's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's going to be a great way to use this knife, and I'm getting a Bravo EDC as well. But you know, I'm just going to do some minor woodwork and EDC tasks there, and I think it's going to be a great way to test this knife and a couple other folding knives. But I want this video to be a precursor before I get the results of how it performs. Then I am going to do a full review very soon, because I love this knife. This knife has green canvas micarta on top of red liners. Let me get the sheath out of the way. It's kind of having trouble focusing. There. The red liners were an option that you don't have to get, and it's a little bit more pricey, but I think that they just look really nice, and I like liners on fixed blades now. I'm just getting into the fixed blade game, but I think I'm going to prefer liners on most of them because it just adds a little bit more of a custom touch, I guess. It is in Elmax steel, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the use I've already put into this. I've cut a lot of cardboard, and this thing zips through. It is convex ground. I will talk more about that in the review. But basically, if you don't know what that means, it's just the edge, the blade is ground at a curve, and it's almost like a zero grind, but curved. So it makes a very robust edge, a very thin, lean edge, a very sharp, because it's like I said, it's almost like a zero grind. And you'll see here the more polished part is not a secondary bevel, it's just the edge of this convex ground knife is polished more, the apex I should say. So that's probably a really lame way of explaining it. I'll try to do better in my full review of this knife. You can see it as a first production run. I actually like the label first production run. I'm starting to not like it on Benchmades and other knives, but I think that it's very tastefully done here. The finish on this knife is just beautiful. There's no burr, no sharp corner, no edge, nothing protruding. Everything is just melted together perfectly. Look at the Coke bottle shape on the handles. Allows it to be very ergonomic. And as I was saying, in my cardboard cutting, this performed very well. It performed better than some of my favorite cutters. My Shirogorov 95T is one of my favorite slicers because it's full flat ground. It's very sharp, nice, lean, 16-degree edge. 16 or 17 degree. Either way. I don't have a micro bevel on it. I don't feel like I need it on that knife because it hasn't chipped on me yet, and I don't feel like it will because it seems like a very strong edge. Anyway, that's one of my favorite cutters. This this outperformed it, and all I've done is stropped it. That's all I did. I got it, I stropped it a little bit. It's able to push cut through phone book paper. It snags a little bit, but from a factory, that's really good that it's able to get down there. And I think if I should re-strop it after all this cutting, then I'll probably be able to get it back to that point. But it slices very silently and stuff. Very silent. No resistance coming from that paper. I'm actually really impressed with the edge put on here by Bark River. I don't think I'm going to need to sharpen these. I might do it the way the Apostle P does, just to get a polished edge, just because I like the look of polished blades. But, you know, I don't need to. I don't feel the need to put an edge on this one. I feel like it's sharp enough as it is. It is an Elmax steel. I think it's going to hold up really well. I'm really looking forward to putting this knife into some testing. I'm going to do some feather sticks, going to do maybe some small firework. I'm really looking forward to it. Ergonomics are great on this very small knife. You can do a quick size comparison to the Striker. Just as a reference, this knife is either the same size or smaller than the Sage 2, or Sage 5, sorry. Well, I guess the Sage 2 as well. The Sage series is just a little bit smaller, I believe. So, it's not a big knife at all. And that's why I like it, because it's a great fixed blade EDC. Like I said, I'm also getting a Bravo EDC. That one's in maroon linen micarta with yellow liners and hollow pins instead of the full tang. Or not full tang, you know what I mean, full pins. But I'm looking forward to carrying that one and using it, and you will see full reviews very soon on both of these. Very in-depth. I'll give a whole section on how they performed. That one is an A2 steel, not Elmax, but it is convex ground. And I mean, I'm loving these knives. I regret not getting a Bark River sooner. I mean, I'm on the Knife Gods Facebook page or Facebook group, and a lot of people post about it, and I've just kind of, you know, shrugged it off. I'm more of a folder guy. I don't really care for fixed blades that much. But I'm telling you, these fixed blades, especially the smaller EDC size ones, are just, they're so well made, and they're such great performers that I feel like you gotta have one. You gotta get one. You gotta try it out. You gotta, you know, you owe it to yourself to give, or to try them out and give them a chance. Because this has not left my pocket, and I don't see it doing it anymore. I feel like I'm always going to have a Bark River fixed blade in my pocket along with a folder. And I feel like this was a great first one. I first was turned on to Bark River by, well, of course, everyone on the Facebook pages, but specifically a friend of mine. He has a YouTube channel, and I'll put it in the description. But he got a ringtail, Bark River ringtail for Christmas, and he was raving about it. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a try. And then the Apostle P posted his top 5 most carried knives in 2016. This made an appearance, and I was like, man, that thing's gorgeous. That looks really cool. I think I want to try that out. And then I looked at some more videos, and he was talking about the functionality of the convex ground knives, and I learned a lot more about Bark River, and I was like, okay, you know what, I gotta get one. I gotta try it. And this was it. I loved it. Then I got that Bravo EDC. I'm sure I'm gonna love that too. And this is just the beginning of my Bark River addiction. So, that's it for this video. I'll see you with the full review and extended use report.